Today, we're going to be checking out Antares' brand new auto-tune vocal compressor and how that compares against
the classic, the behemoth 1176 and 2A.
So, Antares just dropped this vocal compressor. It's part of the unlimited bundle, so if you're a subscriber, you can go download it now. We're going to be doing a couple things in this video. First, we're going to do a quick overview of it, and then we're going to do an A/B blind test shootout.
It is the ultimate test of compressors. And we shall see who wins. So let's talk a little bit about what is in this new vocal compressor.
Differentiator number one. Antares did something pretty cool here.
So instead of having to put an 1176 and a 2A onto your bus and have it chained into each other, what we have here are two compressors in one.
If you compress vocals, then you know about serial compression. And if you don't, let's talk about it really quick. Serial compression is essentially when you feed one compressor into another compressor. A very classic chain is the 1176 with that quick attack to really rein in dynamics, fed into something more smooth and musical like a 2A. In our example, we're gonna use RVox instead of the 2A because we like the tone of it.
Number two, AI compression learning. Set your 3 parameters and then see what this assisted application can do for you. All you have to do is pick your input type. Are you a soprano? Are you an alto? The compression style. Do you want something that's more controlled? Do you want something more clean and loose on it? And then number 3, what kind of style are you going for? Are you going for warm? You going for gritty? And then hit learn and let's see what it can do for you.
Differentiator number 3, they have the auto-tune pitch filter. We're gonna jump into this and actually use it in application in our third example with the song Burning This World. But our understanding of it is that it actually tracks the pitch of the vocal and compresses depending on that pitch. Now, why is that important? Well, that means it's actually compressing based off of perceived loudness, not actual dynamic loudness. What? So I think we're gonna get a more musical compression type out of it. All right, let's jump in and do some compression with auto-tune vocal compressor.
Round 1.
So the track we're gonna be using for this is actually one of our studio clients, Oda-G. He gave us permission to use his track Spanglish. This is out on all streaming platforms.
This is our original compression that we put on Oda-G's track. We are now going to recreate it in auto-tune vocal compressor.
I'm chasing dreams and my homeboys, yeah, they do el mismo.
All right, we're gonna do the A/B test now of the classic 1176 into an RVox chain against auto-tune vocal compressor. A.
Yo soy Latino, I don't need no plug, I got my primos, I got my lingo, plus I'm making moves con mis amigos. Mi vida es una película, como Gran Torino. I'm chasing dreams and my homeboys, yeah, they do el mismo.
B.
Soy Latino, I don't need no plug, I got my primos, I got my lingo, plus I'm making moves con mis amigos.
It's weird, this one feels less full, but like brighter at the top. Yeah, I feel like this body is fuller. It doesn't feel like it's cutting through the mix as well.
The first one, we'll call that A. Yeah, you gave a great description. I don't know if I'm hearing the same thing, but it feels fuller in the body to me. So the second one, whatever that second one is, it felt better set in the mix to me.
Interesting. Why did it feel better in the mix?
It felt more pocketed.
With the top
full body
end,
was the
less.
76 into RVox. The one that sounded better overall to me was the Antares one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And okay, so to be completely fair, the settings might not be perfect. We got them as close as we could.
Yeah.
We're also using the warm feature on that 2A. That might not perfectly translate to the kind of little bit of saturation that RVox does. So that extra brightness, especially in the upper mids, could be coming from that warmth. Maybe that's why you feel like it's cutting a little bit better. Let's try this out on another hip hop track.
Round 2.
We got a great artist here, Ross Floss, giving us rights to be able to work on his music.
The song is called Icy. It's also out, recorded right here in the studio. Okay.
See, I'm iced up. See, I'm colder than a hockey puck. I don't get no all this ice that I'm carrying. I might have to bury them. Put the get up on your tail, crazy like barbarians. I'm iced up. See, I'm iced up. See, I'm colder than a hockey puck. I don't get no all this ice that I'm carrying. I might have to bury them. Put the get up on your tail, crazy like barbarians. I'm iced up.
So I think for the second one, the high end of it just feels more crunchy, which I feel like with a mix like this just makes more sense. I mean, you have a lot of sharper sounds, so like a crunchier top end to a vocal would fit, I feel like, really nicely amongst all those sounds. Start with the second compressor. and just make it a little fuller on the bottom.
For me, A was my pick. I'm thinking based off our last A/B test and kind of the characteristics it had on there, I'm thinking that A was the Antares.
Interesting.
B sounded, once again, a little bit thicker, but almost a little bit muddier to me. If I had to choose, I would have gone with A.
With A, okay, so his choice is A. A, not Antares. It was
Really?
the 1176 into the 2A.
Wow.
Yeah, the R-Box.
Oh man, we're juxtaposed once again. We're
The
flips.
Antares, okay, okay.
Now we're going to try it on some singing vocals. We're going to be using our very own Burning This World. It's out on all streaming platforms. Sounds a little something like this.
I keep burning this world out. Burning this.
And let's dive a little bit more into the plugin. We're going to try the assist function. We're going to try the auto-tune pitch filter. Let's have some fun with it. And of course, we'll do the A/B test at the end.
So soprano is our input type, compression.
Kind of an aggressive song though, with the instrumental.
Okay, so we'll pick aggressive, and then I think with that concept in mind, gritty energy is where we go. Let's hit learn and hit play.
Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world out.
Okay, so now we have these options up on the screen.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So it's saying we should turn warm on for both, which I'm guessing is because we said aggressive and gritty. So it's like, let's get that saturation.
It's really interesting. They gave us two options for compressors. The first one is a recreation of the 1176, our FET compressor, and the second one is an Opto A, which is our 2A. And so, funny enough, those are the two that were picked for it, which is fantastic because that's what we originally put on the vocals. All right, let's hear what it does.
Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world up.
And that up, you know, right? Like you can even see here the dynamics of that is so much lower, but the compressor does what a compressor does and really brings that out. I think the assist function on here did a really good job. You know, another interesting thing that we didn't point out before is that for the FET, it recommended a 12:1 ratio.
Yeah, which is interesting because the other ones we usually use a FET replica 1176, it's going to be a 4:1 ratio.
You know, once again, that's probably that aggressive thing we asked it to do.
100%.
Here, let's do assist again. Let's ask for some more moderate settings and see what it selects instead. All right, let's apply those.
Interesting. You instantly see, I mean, I know you see the ratio.
Let's hear how this kind of sounds now.
Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world up.
You know, the word this, burning this world, in my mind, wasn't compressed quite enough. Yeah, I think this assist function is really going to be a game changer for new producers. It does exactly what you're asking it to do each time. Definitely recommend.
I think it'll be also a great learning tool as you think about like, okay, how do I get aggressive vocals? How do I get, you know, something more balanced? You'll be able to literally see it in front of you and be able to learn.
Let's go check out this modern feature. So here we got a lot more control. You know, tonally, when I hear modern, I think more of like a Pro C, like a fairly clean compressor.
I'm thinking digital precision.
The feature that we're really excited to try out though is this auto-tune pitch filter.
Auto-tune pitch filter.
Let's set two up. One with the same settings, and what we're going to do is we're going to shoot for the same amount of gain reduction, but with and without, so that we can actually kind of test against each other.
I see.
Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world up. Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world up.
Wow.
And is the high-end control? For sure. I've never really heard a compressor take control of the high end like that. Well,
But not in like a multi-band compression sense.
it's.
I think it sounds a lot more balanced.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel like the control that it's offering here, I wish that we could go back to our song and redo it with this compressor because it really does intelligently go about compressing your high end, and that's awesome.
You know, auto-tune and kind of the kings at pitch tracking. So it makes sense while they're really able to get in there. That's some magical sauce right there. Well done.
I'm impressed.
All right, so now let's do a quick shootout of the FET and the Opto against a 76 from Waves. And now we are bringing out the Teletronics 2A from UAD.
Round 3.
Hey.
Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world up.
B.
Burning this world, burning this world, burning this world up.
Okay, for A, I feel like there is more control that's happening over the vocals, but the high end feels a little too bright. I feel like the second compressor, if you pushed it a little bit harder into it, that is the tone I'd want out of it. This one?
Yeah.
What do you like about this one?
It feels a touch more open. The other one felt a little bit too thick in the bottom end with how the saturation was being applied. Okay, so for this test, A was auto-tune vocal compressor, and B was the 1176 fed into the UAD Teletronics 2A Silver.
In conclusion, what do we think about the Antares Autotune Vocal Compressor?
I mean, I think it sounds great all in all. The saturation characteristics sound really good. The assist function, I think, is going to be a game changer for new engineers or producers that just need a better understanding of compression. And lastly, that modern feature with the auto-tune tracking in it, that's something else altogether.
So what I find really awesome about this application is obviously what I've been kind of exclamatory about was the auto-tune pitch filter. This is something that I'm going to start intertwining with my own production and my own mixing, and I think that as people start to use it more, that it will become more common in the production realm.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our little A/B test of Antares' brand new plug-in vocal compressor. I'm Cedar.
I'm Liz.
And we are Course Control. Go to the rest of our channel, check out some of the other stuff we have. As always, like, comment, subscribe, really helps us out. And until next time.
See you then.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Also, Antares, we take sponsorships.
Sure.
Oh, hey.
Why not?
Oh, hey.
Yeah.